Huddersfield versus Manchester City preview, predicted lineup and all that lot. I think it's gonna be a pretty difficult game. If we over-rotate, I think if we underestimate Huddersfield and we over-rotate, you can end up playing from my shared back garden, load of old shite. But it is one of those things. And yeah, the plane's gone up. So we haven't had it always easy against Huddersfield. We've had, I think they got a draw at the Etihad when we already won the league in the Centurion season. And then they took the lead against us in the Centurion season as well. But we came back to win 2-1. And I think Sterling scored fairly late on, I remember that. Yeah, it was a bit of a scrappy goal, but Sterling got a late winner. Then we've battered them a couple of times. We beat them 5-0 in the FA Cup, 23-24. And in this formidable season, we beat them 6-1, which is a big victory. And we beat them 10-1, back in the day, real, old school back in the day, main road. But I think this Carabao Cup, we're in it to win it this year, because I think last year we sacked it off, and then that's when our bad run of form started, that Tottenham away game, because then after that Tottenham away game, we didn't win a game in all competitions until the Nottingham Forest game on the 3rd of December. So that Tottenham game was in October, the back end of October, and we didn't win a game for nearly 2 months after that. And not only we're not winning games, we're losing all the games as well. And there was obviously that disastrous draw against Feyenoord where we were 3-0 up. And then we went on to bottle it to lose. Not to lose, well, but we basically lost anyway. It was embarrassing. It was a 3-3 draw against Feyenoord. So I think we need to take it seriously, because there's no guarantees we win the league, because Liverpool are looking very good results-wise at the moment. Not performance-wise, but they're getting the results. And that's all that really matters, really, at the end of the day. And then Arsenal, I think, it's touch and go between us and Arsenal. I did a poll the other day, to see who people think will finish higher, us or them. And the Champions League will be difficult as well, because Donnarumma helps us with the Champions League, because he did very well in it last season, and he won it last season as well. And I think sometimes a goalkeeper that can make saves consistently as what we lacked in the Champions League over the past couple of years. But I think because we might not win the league or Champions League, that's why we need to take the Carabao Cup seriously, and we need to take the FA Cup seriously as well. I'm not saying play your full-on first 11, because in this game you don't necessarily need to, because Huddersfield, no disrespect to them, but we shouldn't have to play our full 11 to beat them. And obviously we're put a strong bench out there, because just in case, because there's a possibility you could cause yourselves problems if you over-rotate. But my lineup it'd be Trafford in goal, and I'm going to put a curveball out there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if James Trafford starts against Burnley as well, considering that he played for them and we signed him from them in the summer. So we might know stuff about them in terms of how they play tactics and stuff. Yeah, okay. My dad was just saying that he's going to put the bin out. So I think it's going to be James Trafford that starts. The centre-backs, I think, are going to be Nathan Ake, John Stones. Then it'll be right back Rico Lewis. Left back. We haven't got much choice at left back, but to go with O'Reilly, really. But it is just one of those things we're going to put up with. And the midfield, I think this game would be perfect for players like McAtee, but obviously he's gone to Forest. Kovacic out injured. The midfield, I think, will be probably Gonzalez, Who else? Gonzalez. The midfield's a sticky one, you know. Gonzalez. I think Bernardo Silva might play again, but he's probably going to get substituted off at some point if we're winning comfortably. Gonzalez, Bernardo, Foden, and then the front three will be Oscar. I think Oscar Bob will be the false 9. Then on the left hand side will be Doku. And then the right wing will be Savinho. I think that's not too bad, actually, that. Whether I get that all right, probably won't, because getting a predicted lineup correct with Pep Guardiola is always difficult. And we're in this cup to win it, so bring it on. Like, I know Pep was saying about he's going to play youth players and all that lot, but we've got to win this cup, in my opinion, because I'd rather win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup than go full on out for the Premier League and the Champions League, win none of them, and ultimately at the end of the season win nothing. Because I think what Arsenal's problem has been in previous years is that they've took the Premier League and the Champions League too seriously. They've wrote off both domestic cups, got knocked out in them fairly early. Well, the semi-finals where they got to the Carabao Cup last year, but they got knocked out by the eventual winners Newcastle. So if you take the league and the Champions League too seriously and you write off both cup competitions, then you've got to win at least one of the league and the Champions League. And I think if there's a chance we take both of them seriously. My dog's barking, sorry about that. So there's a chance if we do both of them, we take both of them seriously, the league and the Champions League, and we don't win them, and then say we write off both domestic cups and we don't win both domestic cups, and then we win up with nothing. We've got to win something this season. That's basically what I'm just trying to say. Even if it is just the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, I'd rather one of those trophies than win nothing. Because that's been Arteta's problem, that he's took the league and Champions League too seriously, not won them, and then what? Because he's right off the 2 domestic cups, he's won nothing. So, yeah. We need to get back our old mentality and the standards of this football club. Ultimately, is winning the be-all and end-all? Not necessarily. The performances and the fighting for the badge is important as well. But I'd like to see us win something this season, of course. And we can't realistically, with the standards that we've set the bar at now, to a trophyless season. And that's all I've got to say. Oh yeah, I forgot to do it. My match prediction. I think we're going to win this one 3-0. I think Bob will bag one. I think Savinho might score. He might find his level in this game. No, that's not disrespectful to him, but I don't think... there's just something about Savinho where he's got the ability, but I'm not sure if he's got the ability to do good enough for Manchester City, which is Manchester City standards. And I think who else could score? I'll go John Stones. John Stones will be the first goal scorer. Then it will be Oscar Bob to bag the second. And then Savinho gets a third. And as for their players, if they do score, which hopefully they don't, I'll be a bit disappointed if we concede in this game. Obviously, it is possible, if we take off, a certain amount of players and we get to a point where we're winning, and they, score and it's, 3-1 or something, or, 4-1. But I'll be disappointed if we concede more than one in this game, because that would be slightly poor. But up the Blues, hopefully we get into the next round of the cup. Come on, the Blues. Come on, City. And I can't even pat a badge because I'm not even wearing a City top. So, yeah, that's the end of that. Take care.